All right, guys, hey, what's going on? So on today's video, we're gonna be doing a little project. We're gonna be Christmas shopping. We're gonna give you guys some ideas. We're gonna be using the XTOOL today to laser engrave some items. So we are at Dollar Tree. We're walking into Dollar Tree right now. And hold on, right there is TJ Maxx, and then we got Home Goods. We're gonna check out those two places. So, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna jump into Dollar Tree. We're gonna try to find one item that we can do for like a Christmas present. So let's try to find something in here that might laser engrave pretty inexpensively for Christmas. All right, what do you think we can find in here? All right, I'm gonna go try to find something. Okay. All right, guys, here, check these out. $5 bamboo cutting boards. We can do a cutting board, or here's the other thing too. Check this out. These are wooden spoons, wooden spoon set, kitchen set. Oh, look at that, 7-piece for $5. We can do something really cool on these, maybe monogram them, and then do something on this as well. Now this is cylindrical, but right, this might be an idea.
Oh, that's perfect.
What do you think?
Yes.
$5?
That's perfect.
All right, so we're gonna go with this for $5. So we're gonna do something
nice
with this. All right, let's go to TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what kind of trouble we can get into over here?
Yeah. I think we're gonna look for some kind of cutting board or something like that. So, because we wanna do something nice. So I think the nice cutting board would be good. Yeah. All right.
It's different.
It's busy in here. With something different, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice little cutting board right here. All right, guys, so we're gonna go with this cutting board right here. It's $14.99, and it's a better deal. I think it's gonna look a lot better because I'm gonna show you something real quick. All right, when you're laser engraving, when you get different colorations in wood like this, it really does affect the laser. So this side is actually nice and even. And I think the light's not doing it really justice. It's really showing up weird on the screen. So we're gonna laser engrave on this side, on this board. We're gonna make something really nice. All right, so we found our Home Goods item. Let's go over to TJ Maxx and see if they have something kind of cool. Where are we at, Home Goods?
Home Goods.
Yeah, let's go to TJ Maxx. All right, guys, so I was gonna take this cutting board for $15, and I actually, luckily, just found these cutting boards right here. And this is $9.99, so even less expensive, $9.99, and I like it much better. Ooh, ramen bowls. Dragon Ball Z.
Cashier number 7, please.
Hi, got it, thank you. All right, so we just went to Home Goods. We found the cutting board, $10, good deal, good color. All right, now we're off to TJ Maxx to see if, I feel like I have to whisper in these places. There's so many like ladies and stuff like that in there that are shopping. I don't want to be in their way.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to TJ Maxx, see if there's anything cool. I'm thinking something leather. How much?
$5.99.
$5.99.
You want to get those?
Perfect. All right, that's exactly it. Could do customized hangers. That'd be kind of a cool idea. Engrave like the person's name on it or something like that.
We'll do that for like bridal parties. And
Yep. $9.99. Awesome. You could do so much.
Yeah.
If you have a rotary tool, you can do all the mugs and whatnot, you know? Yeah. Very cool, very cool. All right, guys, I went ahead and I spotted this thing a mile away. So I have my something leather that we're gonna make. I have an idea. Here we go. All right, guys, check this out. This is a white leather belt, and it is only $12.99. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna etch Pokémon onto this. This thing is gonna be freaking awesome. I have the perfect person that this is gonna be for, and I think it's gonna be the perfect size. So let's go ahead and pick up this. This will be our leather item, and I think we're gonna be pretty much done with what we need. I'm gonna etch this in complete Pokémon.
that'll be cool.
And it's gonna be white, so you'll be able to see them.
Cashier number 4, please.
Hello.
How you two doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, pretty good.
We're gonna still head off to Hobby Lobby, but I do not need to get anything from Hobby Lobby. Sorry, my finger's in the way. I do not have to get anything from Hobby Lobby, so we are gonna now go head to the workshop and start doing some laser engraving. All right, let's get this done. All right, guys, so we are back in the shop, and we just got back from TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Dollar Tree, and Hobby Lobby, which I didn't buy anything from Hobby Lobby, but we did get everything right here that I want to make with the XTOOL D1. But before we do that, I actually got something in the mail. Check this out. So I'm gonna order a bunch of accessories and upgrades to this eventually, but this was one thing that I needed to get right away. These are additional riser feet for the XTOOL D1. These little guys right here actually are something that you can use to raise up your D1 so that you can put larger pieces of product or whatever you want to do underneath it. Maybe, for instance, you want to do a skateboard or a guitar, and this just doesn't have enough height for you to raise up your XTOOL. You just add these little extenders, and we should be good to go. I'm going to put a link into the description down below to these. The only thing is, I could have swore, which I'm going to check back, that it says that I was supposed to receive 8 pieces. I think it was an 8-piece set, and as you can see right here, there's only 4. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'll double check that, but I will put a link in the description below. So make sure that you check that out as well, because honestly, I could have swore that it said 8 pieces. I'm gonna check right now, as a matter of fact. Hold on. Okay, so it is a 4-piece set. Right here, XTOOL 4-piece laser engraver set. They're $19.99 for 4 of them. I could have swore, I don't know where I saw 8-piece, but I think there was a little bit more expensive set that was a little bit more money. That was 8-piece, maybe that's what I was looking at. But I ended up ordering the 4-piece, which is totally fine. And I'll probably order another set later, so we'll order more of these as well. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. The next thing we're gonna do before I get started on this is I'm going to actually make this table my permanent XTOOL base. So what I'm gonna do is, let me show you real quick. I'm gonna put the camera down a little bit further. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to draw little circles on this table right here, here, back here, and over in this side. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw circles, and I'm gonna use a Forstner bit, and I'm gonna countersink, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. That way, I'm gonna use my laser, and I'm gonna put a grid on this table directly. And I'm gonna do like an X grid with some circles or something like that. I'm gonna download that. That way, I now will have a permanent table for this. And if I ever get the extension kit, I'll just do the same thing. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do the extension kit on this. I really want to, but as of right now, I'm not too sure. But what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and do my, my permanent table. That way, anytime I put this back, I'll know that it's in the exact same location, and then I can line things up so that they're perfectly straight. Otherwise, it's kind of, you know, it moves and shifts. That'll be perfect. So let me go ahead and do that before we get started on the actual projects. So we went ahead and got the grid done. I really like the thought process of it, but the execution wasn't so great. It's very difficult to see. So maybe what I'll do next time is I'll just actually download an image, a JPEG image where the lines are thicker, and I'll engrave it, and then it'll actually have some thicker lines. But I think what we're gonna do for now, this is perfect. Let's go ahead and do our first project. What we're gonna do is we're gonna engrave these right here. These are the coasters. So let's go ahead and engrave them and see how they turn out. So right here, I made a little tiny X with this one right here, and I was able to line them up on my grid perfectly, and then I put an X. So what I'm gonna do is do my centering dot. We'll get this first one lined up. So once I get the first one lined up and it's finished doing its job, it'll go back to its location. I'll take another coaster and we'll replace it, and we'll go in the exact same spot, and then that way I won't have to line up. We're gonna go ahead and do that 4 times. That way we're good. So I went ahead and I picked out this deer because I think who I'm probably gonna give these to. I think they'll like that deer. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make this outline. We're gonna go ahead and ignore it, and then we're gonna go ahead and burn this 4 times on those coasters. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get these things done, and then we'll move on to the next project. guys, project 1 is done. Got these things looking really good, nice and squared off. I really like that grid. So what we're gonna do is let's move on to the next easy project, which is the cutting board. Let's go ahead and get that designed and get that going. So shouldn't take too long. These took about 8 minutes each. All right, moving on to the next project. Here we go. All right, guys. So I got this perfect little font. It's called Bon Appetit. So this I'm gonna engrave onto the cutting board. You can see right here, this red outline is representing of what the cutting board workspace is, and we're not gonna obviously engrave that. That is gonna be ignored. And I have the cutting board ready to go, and it's lined up on my squares. So I got this line straight here, and it's going up to this line, so we're perfect. What I did was I actually took off of this, the guard. This is the laser guard. Now I will be wearing my glasses, of course. You definitely have to wear your glasses if you don't use your laser guard. But the reason I did that is because now it's gonna be a lot more easier to see when I'm doing my centering point. Let me show you. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and enable my pointer. So this is my laser spot right here. Let's go ahead and enable that. And then we can move this a little bit easier. And I think that's good enough right there. So now you can see the laser spot. I can see it a lot easier now. So let's go ahead and get this going. We're gonna go here, disable. We're gonna go ahead and start it, and then we'll get this one done. All right, guys, so we got project number 2 complete. This is the cutting board, and I noticed after I got it started that, check it out right here, this thing was broken, and I think I don't remember that being like that in the store, so I think I dropped it, maybe putting it into the kitchen table or something like that. It has a little split, but I think what I might be able to do is I might be able to fix it with some clamps. I'm not too sure, because you got to clamp it pretty tight, and that's not really a good spot. But the other thing is, if you notice right here, you see this line that goes across. This is that white line, and there's a white line here and a little bit here. So it affects the way that it burns, and it's just the different parts and the different textures, maybe the different densities of the wood, and it really affects that burning. So when you're purchasing any of these cutting boards or anything like that, you really have to try to find one that is pretty much dark like this. For some reason, that darker wood does a heck of a lot better burning than that lighter wood does. I think it's just, I don't know, but it's not too bad. Number 3, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to engrave 3 of these spoons and spatulas. Where'd they go? So we're not gonna do these 3 because they have holes and lines in them. What we are gonna do is we are going to burn on this, this, and this. I do actually have a rotary tool. This is for the atom stock, but I don't know if it actually works with the XTOOL. I might give it a try off camera and see if it works. If it does, then I'm definitely gonna try attempt to use the rotary and do this. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get these done. The font that we're gonna use is, it's gonna be this right here. It's gonna say time to cook. We're gonna do that on the spoons that I have over there. We're gonna put that one right there. It's gonna say time to cook. I think that's kind of one of the best ones that I can find for kind of be a broad idea for whatever we're doing. So, and if I can actually get it, I'm gonna put time to cook here if I can get that to work. But let's go ahead and work on the spoons first. All right, guys, something really cool. So I went ahead and I was able to plug in using the wires that were with the XTOOL, and it works with the rotary tool for the atom stock that I have. So I'm really excited about that. So I went ahead and I came over here and I selected laser cylindrical. I saw that somewhere. I don't know why I remembered, but I was able to do that. And when I hit framing, watch what happens when I hit the framing button again. And everything moves. So I should be able to engrave the time to cook on this as well. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, and let's go ahead and get it on there and see what happens. It is a little dirty and dusty. I've actually never used this thing, so I'm really excited. This is gonna be the first time, but I'm gonna have to raise this up a lot of bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get some wood and I'm gonna just raise this thing up, put some 2x4s or something underneath it, because I really don't think that that's really gonna do anything, so I'm not gonna waste my time. Let's go ahead and get this raised up. Here we go. All right, guys, this is crazy. So I went ahead and I cut some 4x4s that I had into 6 inches. I had them back there in the back of my spare wood area. So what I'm gonna do is drop this laser down now, and I think we should be good. I think we're in good shape. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do this and see how this turns out. I'm pretty excited about this. This is gonna be awesome. Check it out. Look at this, $5 from the Dollar Tree. This thing was absolutely amazing. I love the way that these turned out. It is kind of late, it's dark out. It is almost 10 o'clock. I've been going at it all day. So what we're gonna do is tomorrow when we come back, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap up and do that Pokemon belt because I think that's gonna be awesome. So in the morning, which would be about a second. So I'll see y'all soon. All right, guys, so it is the next day, and I got everything set up here with the XTOOL, and I'm pretty sure that I am ready to go. I kind of had some things that I figured out with the belt, with the size and the design that I'm gonna do, and the black and white images. I did a little test right here on this leather patch for, I think that's a Charmander, maybe? I don't know. I'm not big into Pokemon, but I think that's a little Charmander, but I did a test burn on this faux leather patch, which I think is pretty much gonna translate to the leather belt the same exact way, so we should be good to go. But let me show you real quick what I'm gonna do and why and how I did some things, and then we're just gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna burn the belt, and hopefully not burn the belt, but we're gonna burn the belt, and then when we are done, I'll show you the final result and go from there. So let me show you what I did, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here is the XTOOL feature. So what I did was I created this box right here. You can see this box. That is gonna represent the belt. I made it, let's see right here, if I click on it, I made it 23 millimeters tall, and that's gonna fit directly in between this part right here. It's actually only gonna, it's not gonna go over these stitches because I don't want to burn those stitches. I have a feeling that if it goes too big, it's gonna burn those stitches and it's not gonna look good. So I made it really small. You can see right here the little Charmander guy. He should fit directly in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill this up with a bunch of different Pokemon, and then what we'll do is we will make sure that they burn straight across. And I'm hoping that this is straight like this, so when I center it off, I'm praying that it works out well. Again, if it's not perfect, I guess it'll be all right. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put some little Pokeballs around the circle. So I'm gonna do those individually. And then at the front of the belt right here, I'm gonna put the Pokemon logo. It's gonna say Pokemon. So this will have Pokemon, this will be the Pokeballs, and then straight down the belt all the way to the end, hopefully will be filled with a bunch of little Pokemon. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just get it started and see what happens. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so I misaligned some of the Pokeballs, but you know what? I'm okay with that. This is just a trial and error type of thing. This one's a little low. This one's a little bit to the right. The center is absolutely perfect. This one is way to the right, and that one's a little bit to the right. I wish they all turned out like that one, but they didn't. But I think my concept is cool enough as it is. So I had to redo the Pokemon and get the settings correct. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna move on to the rest of the belt, which is all the characters. And I think that one should be pretty easy. I'm just gonna do it in like 3 different phases, and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and move on. Dang, I wish those would have lined up like that one. If they would have all been like that, this thing would have been perfect. But you know what? I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Pretty cool. I think this thing is absolutely amazing. The XTOOL D1 Pro came in and it is absolutely amazing. I was able to make some Christmas gifts for some people that I think they're really gonna love. We've got the cutting board that says Bon Appetit. Now I will tell you this, when you use any kind of laser, you have to watch out for the kind of wood that you get. Anytime you get this light type of wood down the center, you get these little light streaks. It has a different density, so the laser, you need to kind of watch that. I really didn't pay too much attention, so unfortunately it has this little white stripe, but you know what? I think they're gonna love it anyways. Next thing we came up with was the coasters. The coasters actually turned out absolutely amazing. I went ahead and did that nice deer buck, and I think whoever gets these, they're gonna love it because they love that kind of stuff. So $5, amazing deal. Then over at the Dollar Tree for $5, we found this it's actually a 7-piece. It has 6 spoons, 6 wooden spoons, and the little holder for $5. This thing was absolutely amazing deal. And I was able to use that rotary tool to do this time to cook. I think that's really awesome. I saw a couple people online, they do like bees and beehives and all that kind of the little beehive pattern on there. I think that's gonna be absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try that next. But we were able to do the time to cook on all of the spoons. Again, I didn't do anything with the holes in it because I didn't think that made any much sense. But yeah, this thing turned out amazing. And then finally, the belt. The belt turned out, I would say, 80 to 90% of my liking. It actually did turn out really, really cool. Check this out. Unfortunately, this was really difficult. I didn't take my time enough to center off the Pokeballs into the holes, but I think the concept is really cool. So you got the Pokemon logo at the beginning of the belt, and then you come over here and the belt holes are actually the little Pokeballs. And then I was able to download an SVG group file off of Etsy and do all of these Pokemon. Check them out, there they are. Now some of them, it really depends on the file type. You could see right here that I believe that is Pikachu. I'm not a big Pokemon knowledge person, but you could see right there, Pikachu was a little light just because he didn't have a whole lot of that black outlining. And then, so lasering on leather is different. It's difficult. You got to get the right setting. And I only had one shot at this because I only had one belt. So I didn't have anything to really test on. And it didn't have a whole lot of black in it. So I think the power settings were a little bit light on that. So that was the only other thing. And then, so there's a couple other ones. I think that's Mewtwo. I don't know who these Pokemon are. I think we got Eevee. We have Charmander. We have, I think Snorlax somewhere in here. I was able to find a Snorlax. We got a Snorlax right there. And I only know this because this is going to one of my favorite YouTubers. I even put an Easter egg and put his logo in the belt. Check it out. Right there, we got Dizz. I'm gonna put a link to his channel in the description below because what I'm gonna do, and he doesn't know this, I'm actually posting this tomorrow, which is Sunday. I'm gonna tell him, do not watch this video at all. What he does not know is I'm actually gonna surprise him on his live stream. I'm gonna go to his house, I'm gonna surprise him on his live stream, and I'm gonna bring him this belt, and I'm gonna bring a couple other things to do that. So if you wanna check out that live stream, go down to the link below. He's gonna live stream obviously tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and bring this belt to him and surprise him. So I think that would be kind of cool if you check that out. But yeah, that's it. So XTOOL, you are amazing. This thing is absolutely, I don't want to use the word fire, but it is. It's absolutely fire. This thing is freaking amazing. I got lots of projects coming in the future. 2024, we're going to be doing something really awesome. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I have a series that we're going to do. I don't want to announce it on here. I'll probably announce it like on a video or maybe a post or something like that. We have a really awesome 2024 series that we're going to do that has all about lasering and CNCing that hopefully I can inspire somebody. I'm a novice at this. I'm not a pro. Somebody that I can inspire to just go out and get one of these things and do this as well. We're gonna start something in 2024. It's gonna be very awesome, and I can't wait to get it started. But yeah, all right guys, until that next video, make sure y'all do one thing, stay awesome. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.